This video will look at search engine indexing and the PageRank algorithm. So we know that the World Wide Web contains billions and billions of web pages, and when we search the web we want to find the information that we want, and we don't want to be bombarded with the other billions and billions of web pages that have irrelevant information. And search engines, they allow us to find web pages that relate to our search terms. Now, when you use a search engine, lots of people think that the search engine itself quickly scans the entire web, scans billions and billions of web pages to find the relevant websites. But of course, that would be a huge undertaking for every single search, and it would take far too long. So what actually happens is the search engine just quickly looks up your search terms in their own database of websites and gives you a list of relevant sites. Now, the search engines, they call their big database an index, and search engines index is constantly being updated with information about all of the web pages that are out there on the web, and they're updated by software robots. They're called spiders or web crawlers, and what they do is they follow links from one site to the next and send back information such as the website's web address, their URL, and different aspects of its content. So it might be how many times a certain word appears or different words appear on their web pages, and it's added back to the index. So spiders visit each web page, they send back lots of information. An example of some of the information that they might send back is how many times different words appear on the page, when the page was last updated, the different words that might appear in the heading tag or heading tags, the words that might be placed in the title tags, the web address itself. And after a site's been crawled, the site and all this, along with the information about the site, will all be sent back to the search engine and added to the search engine's database. It will be indexed. And then the information's used every time someone conducts a search based on certain web pages or certain search terms. The database is scanned and relevant websites would then appear in the search result. So it's all very well having a list of web pages that relate to the search terms that you might type in or a user might type in, but the fact that there might be millions of related web pages found in a search, the real point of a search engine is to rank those web pages, ensuring that the most useful ones to the user appear first. Now, Google is a search engine and it does it brilliantly. And back in the mid-90s, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, they developed an algorithm which ranked web pages that related to the terms that people typed in, and it meant that users could find the most relevant websites much quicker than perhaps other search engines, and therefore it became incredibly popular. Now, the algorithm that they generated, that they created, is called the PageRank algorithm. Now, the algorithm doesn't just look at how many times keywords appear on the web pages, or how many, or when it was last updated, for example. What this algorithm does is it also considers how many external links point to the page that it's found, which might hold relevant information for you. And by doing that, what it's trying to work out is how popular a web page is and rank those web pages that it finds according to its popularity. So that the most popular ones, which are probably popular for a reason, they hold relevant information, reliable information, they're used by people quite a lot. By finding the most popular ones and placing it at the top of the list, it obviously means that someone that's searching on a search engine can find the information that's most relevant to them. So it works out how popular the external web pages are that have links to that page as well, and so then adds weighting to each of those external links. So it's not just how popular a web page is, it also looks at all of the links, all of the pages that point to that page, and conducts the algorithm to find out how popular they are as well. So the result is an ordered list of sites which match the search term and are deemed more popular with users of the web. So imagine you got two web pages, and in terms of their content, in terms of the sort of the keywords that they contain on the page, the metadata, whether they're updated regularly or not, in terms of that content, let's imagine that they have equal weighting. Now obviously they should both be ranked number one based on that fact. There's nothing between them. Now they can't be, and the page rank algorithm, what it does is it will focus, in addition to that, on the external web pages which link to the page. So imagine that one page has got 100 links pointing to it. So imagine it's got 100 popularity votes, if you like. Imagine that page 2 has got 200 links pointing to it, and therefore has 200 popularity votes. You'd think that page 2, okay, would rank higher, and it probably usually would. But what this algorithm also does is it looks to see if those links that are pointing to, say, page 2 are popular as well. And if they're not popular, then that would adversely affect the page 2 ranking in the search results. So it's not just about how many links point to a page, it's also about how the quality of the links that point to a particular page. So how does it work? Well, what it really does is the essence of the algorithm works by adding together the page rank score of each external page with links to page A, the one that we're sort of perhaps trying to rank in the search results, but with a few little extra calculations. So here is the algorithm. So PR bracket A is the page rank of a page that we're trying to order, or that Google, for example, might be trying to order in the search results. PRT1 is the page rank of the page that links directly to page A, the one that we're trying to rank. And CT1 is the number of outbound links on a page, on that page that links directly to A. So the page rank of an external page with link to A is PRT1, and the total number of outbound links of the external page is CT1. And the reason for this division is that it weakens the page rank of an external page more and more if it has lots of outbound links. Okay, so if a web page points to another web page and it has lots of outbound links, it's deemed to be less popular. And then we're just adding subsequent pages that are linked directly or indirectly to the one that we're trying to rank. So we're just adding those page ranks as we go down. Now D is known as the dampening factor. Now this stops the page rank of pages that indirectly link to page A from having too much of an effect. And the idea is that a surfer is unlikely to click through any more than about 6 pages to get to A. So it sort of negates any pages after that. So sort of to summarize and sort of get them the main point and the main purpose of the PageRank algorithm, this image shows the sizes of different smiley faces, and each one of those is to sort of represent how popular a web page is and therefore how it should be ranked. And you can see here that these different web pages, these different smiley faces, have got different links that point to different web pages, and by far the biggest is the web page which has got more links pointing to it. Now, is the PageRank algorithm open to abuse? Well, yes. If you think about the idea that the algorithm works on the premise of quality links pointing to a web page, individuals have attempted to increase the page rank of a web page by creating hundreds of web pages which each have links pointing to the page. So search engines, they're constantly trying to tweak the algorithm to ensure that situations like this don't wrongly impact the chance of a user finding websites that they require. So it is quite a big task to keep tweaking those the algorithm, but it does happen. Obviously, with the changes in how people are trying to raise their web pages on a search result.